That's not a panel.
And now a word from our sponsor, Gerry's Wholesale Sausage Emporium. Are retail hot dog prices making you crazy? Come on down to Gerry's for all your discount dog needs. Was this really the best we could do?
Blue Apron passed.
Okay. Let's get vulnerable, Langley. Let's get sexy. First caller gets 11 feet of Gerry's signature summer sausage.
There you have it.
That's false advertisement.
Fully download. All right, it's downloaded.
No comment. What? It felt like you expected me to say something. And I won't.
So, Blue Origin launched and did a landing today. And do you have the video queued up, Martin?
Oh, no.
Okay, I'll do it. Present. Hopefully, it'll fucking work. So, Blue Origin went up with an all-female crew today, and it's the single most unprofessional space thing I've ever seen. Because right at about the 8-minute 55 mark, as they're coming down and the chute's open, you can hear them inside the capsule.
Just drogue parachutes, just free falling right there until those drogues came out.
You hear the screaming.
Yeah.
That's from inside the capsule.
And then next will be the main parachutes that get pulled out. That screaming.
And as funny as that is, that's got to be one of the most unprofessional fucking things I've ever seen dealing with space travel. It's like they're on
that
a
sounds
fucking
like
roller
tourists
coaster.
in a
Roller coaster or something. It's just, it's so professional. It's like, what the fuck is going on? You know, and it says Katy Perry and Gayle King. And I'm like, are they the ones inside the fucking ship? Like, what's going on here? Why are they screaming like a bunch of little girls at a fucking carnival? I don't understand this at all.
That is not a thing that you can hope to understand ever. That is a thing that just happened. I live with 5 women, and they cannot.
I'm telling you,
they have to howling and cheering for everything.
Real astronauts wouldn't fucking do that.
No, because they would be trained.
So, this is not. This is the penis-looking ship, and I think that's what's his name, Bezos.
Bezos, yeah.
So it has nothing to do with it. It's supposed to challenge Elon Musk, and I'm sorry. I hope every single serious space thing talks about this today. These women screaming like children on a fucking little girls on a fucking roller coaster.
Oh, I'm sure they will talk about it.
I'm like, oh my fucking God, you know, and they're all laughing there at the scene. You can hear the reporters laughing. You know, it's like, yeah, you're not supposed to be laughing at the astronauts returning to Earth. Just, that's fucking embarrassing. I'm sorry. That's embarrassing. So that's all I got.
Oh my God, Bill says the screaming of Botox.
Botox.
Oh.
Well, it's Katy Perry and Gayle King, and I'm sure they've had some. I saw that another small plane has crashed.
Well, small planes crash all the time, though.
Yeah,
I know. That's what we were just talking about, Bill. I was making fun of the little girl screams as they're coming down. I'm like, yeah, that really makes it look like serious space travel. Hearing them fucking screaming like that, pathetic, embarrassing, funny, but
Oh, as long as
not
they're fine,
professional.
it's funny. Oh, as long as
Not
they're fine, it's
professional.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom.
Hey, hold on. Maybe they had a spider on board, and that's why they are screaming. Because training or not, that
Well,
would
you know,
make
they did find one earlier this year.
I
They found
sent
a
you that.
spider.
I sent
Yeah.
you that article saying not even in space are you safe from spiders. That's that career for me.
Collect my
Experimented with spiders.
So Joe messaged.
Is he going to join us or is he too busy?
Be back soon on a journey to collect my mom from the wilds of northern Maine. So he probably won't be here today.
I thought that's tomorrow that he's traveling to get her.
He just posted it after Martin. So anyway, anything else in the news to have some fun with? Let me go look, see what's going on. I'm going to go to What Finger News, which is the news agency website that I took up reading because of Dale Dye. He and Julia. Check this out. Let's see what's going on with the military first. See if there's anything worthwhile.
I'm usually reading the newspaper when I wake up in bed. Today, I didn't.
All right, so all news, military, and war featured. See if there's anything. Norway to invest $937 million in Ukrainian brigade training initiative. Yeah, they're going to break themselves, and then they're going to turn to us to save them financially. Why people claim Yuri Gagarin wasn't the first man in space and why they're wrong, because he was the first man in space. These action films were championed by Army veteran Barry Riordan. Oh, let's go see what this is. These action war films were championed by Army veteran Barry Riordan at Warner Brothers. Some of the best action films of our time were released by an Army vet. Oh, that's interesting. Blade Runner. He say you Blade Runner.
What?
It's not really an action film, but okay. Superman 2. Oh, The Mission is not an action film. It's a drama. Boy, whoever wrote this article. Again, not an action film. Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, this guy needs to go back to writing school.
But it has war action. No, that's bad, really.
There's very little combat in that film.
Imagine a crossover between Decker and oh my god, I forgot the name of the character. The ones that do eyes. Gerry?
Yeah, I'm reading headlines. What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard Blue Ice.
No. A crossover between Decker and the character that only makes eyes.
Oh, Chew.
I was fixated on Chen, not Chew. Decker could say, "I only do girls," because
that's all he killed. That's all he killed. Yeah, he doesn't kill any of the male replicants. He only kills Pris and Zora, and maybe on the road trip, Rachel. In my version, where I wrote a sequel way back in the 90s, she's dying on the way up, and he takes her to the roadside and does a of mice and men moment. Look out there! Do you see the rabbits? Yeah, there's nothing interesting in the military news. That one thing looked interesting. and it was badly written. The Russians have captured a U.S. Bradley. Now they don't know what to do with it. Yeah, the Bradley is a terrible fucking vehicle. They had a whole comedy movie made about the making of the Bradley. They took the M113 and put a fucking tank turret on top. It's a person. It's an armored personnel carrier. These hatches you go in and out of the back to, and along the sides here are seats. That's a litter, by the way, for wounded. And the guys would sit inside one side and the other, but with the turret, there's no room.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So basically, it becomes like an armored personnel character that can carry like only like 2 to 3 guys in the back, the very back of the hatch. It's fucking stupid. And I got to drive one of these things because the first ambulance I ever got was an M113.
That's an ambulance.
Well, an army ambulance.
Yeah, in the 1960s, the Russians made it work, but they had many accidents. Well, it's not that funny. All right. So I'm done trying to find some military news today. We will talk about this too, because it is one thing. Both films came out in 2010. And you got The Losers and the A-Team. And I agree with the criticism of The Losers, that The Losers just basically stole from the A-Team when they rebooted it. And it was better when it was a World War II group. And it was a DC Vertigo IP. Yep. And I guess I can read some of that. The Losers is a comic book series written by Andy Diggle and illustrated by Jock and published by Vertigo imprint of DC Comics. It ran for 32 issues from August 2003 to 2006. The idea was loosely based on the original Losers for DC Comics, a group of World War II soldiers, although Diggle maintains he has never read a single issue of the original comic, which is why it probably suffered to comparison of the A-Team. The series was adapted into a film of the same name that was released in 2010, the same year they released the A-Team movie. And as much as I love this movie, I got to admit, I prefer the A-Team movie better. So publication history, Andy Diggle has talked about the development concept, which developed from conversations with editor Will Dennis about doing an original title at Vertigo. Original title. I had to show that I could deliver the goods, he said. First, so we talked about revamping an old DC character of some sort. I wanted to write a contemporary crime-y, thriller-y, something in that genre. We started trying to think of a character we could revamp for Vertigo. I thought that Johnny Double did it exactly that. He was some character from Showcase or something like that. I'd never heard of him, but Azzarello just plucked him from obscurity and revamped him in his cracking little mini-series. That was the model we were thinking of. Find something as obscure as that. I was looking at all the online encyclopedias and stuff, but we couldn't find anything that worked. One day, Will rang me up and said, "Hey, have you ever heard of The Losers?" And I replied, "Well, actually, no, but it's a great title. I could do something with that title like that." I went straight into Wikipedia and read up on The Losers. Oh my God, he works for fucking DC and he went to Wikipedia to learn about this comic.
Oh,
that's
not the only thing. That was not the only thing.
So I went straight into Wikipedia and read up on who the Losers were and all that. but I've still never read any of the original issues. I made it a point not to. I wanted to be a dumbass. That's embarrassing. This was made public. He originally thought about returning to the original and doing a war comic. But then it occurred to me Garth Ennis was already doing war stories at Vertigo, which already had the World War II angle covered. Howard Chaykin and David Tishman were doing American Century, which was a 50s crime book at Vertigo. Both those bases were already covered, so to hell with it, I said. Let's just throw away the original concept, which he didn't read anyway. And this is just embarrassing.
Why would they make that public?
Keep the title and come up with something completely new from scratch. Yeah, it's not new. It's called the A-Team, you dumbass. He wanted to make it like Three Kings or Kelly's Heroes. Well, that's funny. If you knew anything about the history of film, you would know that Three Kings was a modern telling of Kelly's Heroes. I'm sorry, this guy's a fucking idiot. The ongoing monthly comic concluded in 2006 after 32 issues, but was never canceled, according to Diggle. No, they self-canceled. Oh, I bet that was fun, Glenn. The Losers Reimagining was set against events surrounding and including the War on Terror. Originally a special forces team integrated with the Central Intelligence Agency, which is common if you know anything about the military. In the 90s, the Losers were betrayed by their handler, Max, and left for dead following the conclusion of their operation. Eager for revenge and the opportunity to remove their names from the secret CIA death list, the Losers regroup and conduct covert operations against the CIA and its interests, uncovering startling operations spearheaded by the enigmatic Max, whose influence within the CIA and the U.S. government is unparalleled. So you have the character Lieutenant Colonel Franklin Clay, Captain William Rogue, Captain Jake Jensen. Oh my God, I cannot stand it when they do that. Peter Parker, Jake Jensen.
Alliterations.
Yeah, I hate alliterations when they're overdone. It just, Sergeant Carlos Cougar Alvarez, Sergeant Lidwood Pooch Porteous, and Aisha Al-Fadil. And, oh well. It did win an award. It got the Eagle Award for Favorite New Comic Book. And it got Best New Series from the Eisner Award. So, there you go. And then they did some movie, yeah.
Oh, here we go with the bad fake German.
What would you prefer?
Aren't all fake Germans bad?
German?
What? You were talking at the same time.
Would you prefer bad real German? Or really bad German?
Hurts my brain just the same.
So let's get into the movie. In 2010 American action comedy film, an adaptation of Peter Berg and James Vanderbilt's Vertigo series. Same name, Andy Diggle and Jock. The film is directed by Sylvain White. He's French? He's French. Okay.
Sylvain is a very French name, yeah.
Yeah, so it stars Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Chris Evans, Zoe Saldana, Idris Elba, Columbus Short, Oscar Yanida, and Jason Patrick. And if you didn't know, this has always been an interesting bit of trivia for me with Jason Patrick, is that he is the son of Jason Miller, Father Damien, from The Exorcist and The Exorcist 3. So I've always liked him as an actor. He was a serious stage actor. Did very little film or television, mostly stage.
That's why I don't know him.
So the Losers are an elite black ops team in the United States. You already know the plot. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. This is kind of an early thing for him after The Watchmen.
Yep.
This
I
is
think it
really
was
you see him starting to work his way up the ladder as an actor. So let's get into production. Development. Tim Story was initially announced as the film's director in 2007. The Losers was thought to be a notable departure from Story's previous work. He did films like Barbershop. He did the Fantastic Four film back in 2005. And he did the cop comedy Ride Along. But anyway, as he spent considerable time directing the American superhero films Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and he was an ardent fan of the war film genre. Story sought influence from the war drama Black Hawk Down and the television miniseries Band of Brothers. Quote, I was looking for a vehicle that would have that kind of edge, he affirmed, but I didn't want to lose my personality, which is a bit tongue-in-cheek, where the characters have to have a little bit of fun with each other. It's called grabassery. Coinciding with Story's arrival, Peter Berg was declared as a producer for The Losers, and we know how good Berg is with some of the cool shit he's done. Berg was, one of my favorite non-military films with him is the movie The Rundown with The Rock and Sean William Scott and Christopher Walken. I love that movie. So Peter Berg was declared the producer of The Losers. Berg was originally responsible for conceiving the film's script, ultimately having intentions to direct the film himself later, but he left the project to go do Hancock. That was a mistake, even though Hancock's, I think, a better film than it gets credit for. Alongside Akiva Goldsman and Carrie Akiva Goldsman, I fucking hate that guy. Carrie Foster. Berg collaborated with longtime partners Sarah Aubrey and John Cameron. Sylvain White replaced Story as the director in 2008. Prior to the revelation, White was developing an adaptation of Ronin, which was not the movie with De Niro, but actually the comic book Ronin by Frank Miller. So a native of Paris, France, White asserted that his fascination of The Losers became evident after drawing parallels to the graphic novels he read as a child. What appealed to me about The Losers, he said, was that it wasn't the typical superhero with superpowers thing. It was based on real characters, realistic characters, and based in a reality, like a lot of European graphic novels that I had grown up reading. Jock and Andy Diggle, the creators of the Vertigo comics of the same name, worked closely with White, creating for The Losers. The former in particular was sought after. Wow, the grammar on this. The former in particular was sought after by White for help. Sought after by. Wow. That's a lot of fucking words that didn't need to be put in there. Was he getting paid by the word? I wonder.
Obviously.
I'm just like really confounded by the phrasing of that. So he continues, quote, from the beginning, even when I was working on the screenplay, I had really tight dialogue with them, which is important. When you want good grabastic humor, dialogue is essential. So I'm just down because I'm really not too impressed with this so far. In 2009, it was reported that Jeffrey Dean Morgan would headline the upcoming adaptation playing Clay. In March 2009, it was confirmed that Columbus Short will play Pooch, Idris Elba will play Rogue, and Zoe Saldana will be playing Aisha. Chris Evans will be playing Jensen, and Oscar Ayenda will be playing Cougar. In August of that year, it was announced that Jason Patrick would be playing Max, the villain. And I think of all the characters in the film, I think that's the one that falls flat. And I don't know if it's because Patrick wasn't prepared to play a character like this, but it was such a mixed bag of a character. I don't know, because
maybe it's on the
it's
writing.
probably-
Though. If he just
I think
needed
it's
to be
the
there to be the
weakest-
bad guy and nothing more.
Well, they tried to make him funny, but his character, I don't think, is quirky enough, and to pull off some of that dialogue. And so, yeah, I think that's the weakest part. And I love Jason Patrick. I think he's a great actor.
By the way,
But
before we continue, we have to say hello to Sax.
He was running from something.
Hi, Zax.
And then he crashed into a DUI checkpoint, committed 10 felonies, and not to mention FUing a room full of cops.
You FU me all the time.
Fuck you, Kyle!
so here we see them. They go out of their way to save these kids. Reminiscent of a scene from Tears of the Sun. But they up the ante with this one. Because unbeknownst to the team, they've been targeted to be killed. And so the people firing think that they're in the helicopter.
Don't they originally have to blow up the place and then they discover all the kids there and refuse to do the original mission and instead rescue the kids?
Their mission was to guide smart bombs to a complex of a very bad guy. And once the bombs, the bomber that is in that plane is not a bomber, but okay. Once the planes are away, they see that they are bringing kids, so they decide to go in and take out the kids before the bombs.
Yeah, because they're targeting it for them, laser targeting it. They turn off the lasers, they break the lasers, and what you hear is them saying, "We still have them targeted," which is bullshit. You could not do a precise hit without that laser being painted on the target. But let's not worry about real world physics.
Yeah, it's better if we don't.
Just check your brains at the door on that one.
Absolutely.
It's sort of like, painting lasers on targets for the dinosaurs is so stupidly done. It's like, that is not how targeting lasers work. You don't just point at something with a laser pointer and then the dinosaur goes, "Gotcha, I'll never lose that target." It's so stupid. And at one point they do it with somebody when the dinosaur's not even looking. In that stupid fucking Jurassic World movie. God damn, it was dumb. So
It's because the dinosaur was a real pro. He doesn't need to be one.
He's a real pro. He didn't need, I knew what you wanted. I read your fucking mind. All right, so principal photography commenced over a period of 4 months, which is typical right there. 4 months is how long a shoot should be at max. And the typical is anywhere from 10 to 12 weeks, the same length of time you spend in AIT in the Army. And despite the diverse array of settings featured in the film, which included cities such as Miami, Dubai, Mumbai, and Los Angeles, most of the principal photography transpired in Puerto Rico. White found its infrastructure and locales to be ideal and convenient, giving him the ability to cheat because they had a variety of terrains with a relatively small distance, because it's not a giant place, Puerto Rico.
And
quote,
I assume
it was
it's a cheap
staggering
shooting
what we
location too.
Quote, it was staggering what we found when we came to Puerto Rico to scout, end quote, recalled Foster, continued. Quote, there is a city, obviously gorgeous beaches, close approximations. It's like fucking vacation is what that is. A close approximation of the desert and a rainforest that was ideal to double for Bolivia, end quote. Filming locations in the area included the observatory, in which the film's Peter Scrietta felt that producers used to their advantage. Color was strongly emphasized in crafting the visuals for the film. Production designer Aaron Osborne attempted to enhance the color scheme of the comics, which he noticed that only 2 or 3 colors were used to convey the tone of each setting. Quote, every chapter of the comic books is a new environment distinguished by its different color palettes, end quote. Well, I mean, somebody took a lesson from George Lucas, because that's what he would do.
How so?
He wanted each world to have its own color. The forest, jungle, to desert, to the cold, technical world he did in the prequel trilogy of I forget the name of it, where the rebels were Camino. The underwater world. He really had this idea of like every world should have its distinct look. And so, yeah, that's nothing new. It was kind of new with George Lucas because nobody had really done that before. So what they're doing is they just copied what George Lucas did. They didn't reinvent the wheel. So marketing for the film, promotional artwork for the film was released at Comic-Con. The poster was drawn in the style of the comic book by series artist Jock, who did the comic book, and was later recreated photographically with the actual cast for the theatrical release. A 4-minute preview of the film was shown at WonderCon that year, and a special double volume collection edition of the graphic novel was released to tie in with the film adaptation, collecting including volumes of Ante Up and Double Down. I actually do like the cleverness of that. Ante Up, Double Down. Second book to collect the rest of the series was also released. So it was released in 2009 by Warner Brothers, set to a tentative release date of April 2010. The release date was then pushed back to June of 2010 to avoid going up against Clash of the Titans, also from Warner Brothers. The trailer for the film was released online January 29th of 2010 and was shown in theaters with Edge of Darkness, a Mel Gibson film, which I thought was a good film. Not as good as the original British series, but it was a really dark. Edge of Darkness, it's a dark movie. An official photo for the film was released online. The release date was subsequently moved to April 23rd of 2010. Yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes critical response was 47%. What's important when you go to Rotten Tomatoes is basically don't look at the critic reviews. You got to look at
the
audience thought. And let's go over real quick, and I'll present share screen. I'll let you do this, Martin. I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. There we go. You can add.
Let me remove this. Okay, let me pause. Remove and add. They made this so complicated now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's not good. The audience score is only a little above the critic score. 167 reviews by critics, over 100,000 reviews by audience members.
Okay, again,
it is not a very intelligent movie, so.
No, it's not only that. This movie came out against the A-Team, a well-known and loved franchise. And it's when the Mummy with Brendan Fraser came out, I remember a friend of mine telling me, oh, it's a good movie, but you cannot avoid to compare it to Indiana Jones, and of course, it's going to lose. So I think
the score is not much better here, Martin. Look at that. 47% for the losers, 48% with the tomato meter for the critics. But look at the difference of the audience meter. This is actually a good number, 66%. So you don't get a splat or the empty popcorn box. And that's with over 100,000 reviews for the A-Team. Let's do the A-Team next Monday.
That's just above average too, though. I don't know.
No, that's still good. See, it's the popcorn's still in the box. It means it's successful. That's a good review, 66%.
I don't care about the popcorn. I care about
like in high school, you still pass with it. You still pass with a D at 66.
Yes.
That's it. It's a pass, not more.
Everything else is luxury.
Oh my God, I'm getting flashbacks to high school.
That's never good.
But anyway, if you didn't hear me, I want to
I
do
had to graduate in
let's
math
do the A-Team. I'm talking.
Point.
Oh my God, she just talks right over me. I want to do the A-Team next week. She's only doing it because there's a delay. And but I was already saying, honey, that I want to watch the A-Team next week with you, and we'll do it on Monday. Because I like that movie. And I also, by the way, worked on the comic book with Chuck Dixon. The tie-in comic with IDW. That was my first gig with IDW as a comic artist. I've been working for him for years
Bill,
doing videos.
Bill, I marked your comment because I was waiting to Gerry to finish what he was saying. Yes, this one. Yeah, I don't know. I am not aware that that is an extended cut of this movie. They pretty much abandoned it after the fact.
It had potential, but the problem was it borrows too heavily or influenced by the A-Team, and it's clear. And there's no fucking way you can tell me that anybody working on that book had never seen the A-Team. That's just bullshit. They're fucking lying. I've never heard of that, you cocksucking liar.
Everybody saw the A-Team except Anima.
I have never done Edge of Darkness,
That's right.
Tom. It's not a film that I would recommend for Anima, but it is a powerful film,
Right.
and so maybe we'll watch it for that. Mel Gibson, in the film version, they take the basic story. A girl, his daughter, is killed. And in order to, and he's a police detective, and in order to find out who murdered his daughter, he finds himself having killed himself.
Oh,
And he's got
that's
very
dark.
limited time to solve her murder because something happens, and I don't want to tell you what it is. Anybody who's seen it knows. I'm sure Bill Barkley knows. But it's a powerful story of a father's love for his daughter is really what it's about. And it's a film that really got to me. But I went back after seeing the film and I went and watched the original BBC series. And I'm like, yeah, this is better told. But that's because they had to truncate that story into a movie. And but I do like the series, but I also like the film with Mel Gibson. Very, very well done. So one of the other things that kind of bugged me about this film is if you're going to have someone be a turncoat character, make it shocking. Don't make them a character that you don't like. You have to like that character for that to work. And the problem with Idris Elba's character is the fact that he's not very likable in the film. And then you find out, oh, he's the turncoat. And it's like, oh, good. He was the terrible character anyway. Kill him.
Even worse, in the comic, he betrays them in more than one occasion. So why?
I didn't know that.
The surprise is lost. Then every time you see it again, he's a traitor again. He's gonna betray him.
I will tell you, there is no extended cut to this film. I'm certain you could probably find some fan cuts, fan edits, but there is no extended cut of the movie.
I agree, Bill. The TV show was better than the movie.
The show is better, but what always pissed me off at the show is like nobody dies.
It was very.
They go to extreme lengths to avoid killing everybody. Anyway.
They would use the springboards every time a grenade went off, and you'd see guys whole, no blood, flying through the air from a grenade exploding or something like that, C4 going off. But going back to this is, if you're going to have one of the main characters be a villain, you need to make him Bill, stop trying to correct my grammar. I'm going to say it the way I'm going to say it, you fuckhead.
He
I love you,
is
buddy.
right, though. His name is Idris.
Idris Elba. So
yes, Gerry.
I'm hearing. Oh, this is Max's scene, isn't it? This is
Yes.
where we meet Max. Right. Yeah. Okay. Now, once again, Jason Patric, I think, is a really good. And I'm just teasing you, Bill. I'm just teasing you. Now I want you to listen to me. Listen carefully, because this is Max. I think that they needed someone that was better at pulling off smarm than Jason Patric. Great actor, not right for this part. Oh, Emmanuel was here?
Yes.
Yeah, she said
He
hi.
was the first one. And
yeah, I was so caught up in doing my job that I
oh man, I love this actor, this other one guy.
Oh, you are here. All right. Hi, Emmanuel. He is a great fucking actor right there. He did a TV series that ended too quickly called Lights Out, where he's a pro boxer. And I really liked that show. But he ended up getting another gig working on was it Mindhunter?
I don't
Is that
remember.
It? The story of the building of the FBI's psychological department, where they're the ones. In fact, he and his partner were the ones who came up with serial killer, the term serial killer. And it's a really good show on Netflix. And it didn't get canceled. It got put off. Yeah, Mindhunter. Thank you, Tom. It was it. At least somebody's paying attention and confirming stuff for me.
Why did they put it off?
Because other projects were going on for the producer, director, creator of the show. And thank you, Mephisto. And I really do like the show. You have been apprehensive of watching it with me, because I consider it one of the best things Netflix put out. And it tells a fictional telling of the true story of the foundation of this group that's featured in another show that you like with Mandy Patinkin.
Criminal Minds.
Yeah, Criminal Minds is based on the same organization.
I binge watched that show until Shemamour and the blonde chick left, because without their chemistry, it just wasn't the same.
Yeah, and then he disappointed me by doing SWAT badly.
SWAT was good in the beginning, and then they went woke.
It was second season when they did the
exactly
apology, where he apologizes to this person and says, "We're not those kinds of cops." And it's like, no cop would fucking say that. No cop would say that.
They fully went BLM, and that was a mistake.
Yep.
They also included COVID and the masks, and I think that was the second mistake, because nobody wanted to see that on TV.
Yeah, any show that did that pretty much sealed
them
their
in
fate.
the ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't want to see their reality. They want to escape their reality when they watch TV.
They don't sit there and go, "Oh, they're suffering just like me." Fuck off. They do not feel that way.
No,
Hollywood has its head up its ass. They're so stupid. Yeah, the numbers dropped on every show that did that. The numbers dropped severely. Now, some of them survived it. Like, what's the one with the autistic kid that's a doctor?
The Good Doctor.
Yeah, that survived it.
That's a medical show that's different. They can do shit like that if it's medical anyway.
SWAT survived it because they're still going. But as I recall, all of them suffered. And this is when everybody's locked at home. Their numbers dropped. So.
Did they learn from it? Sadly, no.
Absolutely, Tom. His version, I consider scarier than Anthony Hopkins' version.
Well,
there was
Brian
something very menacing. Well, he's very menacing in that role, because he always looks like he's 1 second away from going after Will, trying to get him killed, or wants to kill him himself. I don't think I've watched that show at all, Bill.
Quantico?
And Quantico is where the FBI is. Quantico is where the FBI and Marine Corps is. Why was the CIA show in Quantico? That's weird.
Weird.
Wait, what is this you considering, but you are wrong? What are we talking about?
I don't know, but if that's aimed at you, Mephisto, why don't you come sit on the panel and discuss
Because
with Gerry?
he says no, he's in a family dinner. So
I see.
So
go off to a other side of the house and call in on your phone.
Yeah. Say that you need to use the restroom and stream from there.
Now, I did another thing that I found funny but kind of stupid was when what's his name goes after the sniper guy. Oh, I forgot his name.
Sniper guy, where?
Yeah, there it is. Oscar Hainita plays Sergeant Carlos Cougar Alvarez. When he does the finger and you go through the finger, the circle, and you go and see the bullet hole and it travel all the way across, and he's like gives him that symbol, and then you see him do that with his hat, like he could see him. It was really weird. It would have been better if he'd had a headset and spoke to him that way. So you're welcome. It would have been better than doing the tipping of the hat thing. It was kind of just silly. We got a rocket, and what we're going to do is we're going to put some C4 on that rocket. You got there? Is that some sort of handmade bazooka made out of PVC pipe?
On the rocket, everything is improvised. On the improvised rocket, they duct tape the helicopter GPS.
That's what
and he's
it is.
not clearing the area behind him before firing it. He's just firing it.
Clear the backblast area.
We all know that's how you do it.
Oh man.
Oh geez.
I really did enjoy the cast. Oh, you got to do it like Keith or like somebody from Fargo. Oh geez. Oh geez.
Keith does it.
I don't know where Keith got that from. That's not like an Ohio thing.
It's a black.
So Chris Evans,
thing,
typical smartass character.
He always plays characters like that, right?
No, but in this one, he's awkward. He tries to be smooth, but always trip on himself. And
Zoe Saldaña is great in this, but her taking Jeffrey down or any guy over 150 pounds down was funny.
That scene in the hotel room annoyed me. Even when you check your brain, that is so unbelievable that she would get him to the floor.
A woman that size,
soldier.
Yeah, she would require weapons to take somebody down like that. And that's how, I like it when they show women use weapons to take someone bigger down, because then it becomes a little more believable.
Yeah, but this is hand-to-hand combat, and she's fucking him up, and she's fucking
hand-to-hand. Not going to happen.
No,
not going to happen. First thing you got to do is just like you do to a kid. You just put your hand out and hold their head. Keep them at a distance.
That's what you would do with me if I went after you.
They're just swinging.
But I like her. She's
one good foot plant in the chest, front push kick, man. Knocks the wind out of him and send her to the ground going, okay, you win. Yeah, this is why Idris Elba as the duplicitous character is badly developed. It's not his fault. It's that his character is too eager all the time to do wrong. And he's supposed to be like his best friend. It's like, come on, man. There's no reason why he would be best friends with that guy the way he acts.
I like that scene where he insults an American classic. I think that car is ugly as fuck, but I like that banter.
It is an ugly car. Maybe a classic, but it's an ugly classic.
In an ugly color.
Fuck, the Pinto is a classic.
Jesus Christ, the Pinto.
Yeah, it's just goofy. Every single person I respect as a reviewer told me everything I need to know about G20 and why I will never watch it. Fucking Pinto.
You're a bigot, Gerry.
I would prefer a Pacer or a Gremlin over a Pinto.
Yeah. Gremlin is a beautiful, ugly car, if you know what I mean.
I don't, because I don't know anything about cars.
Oh, did you see Wayne's World?
A long time ago. Why?
Well, that Wayne's car is a Gremlin.
See, I don't remember the car. I barely remember the movie. I don't pay attention to cars.
Wayne's World. Nice. Wayne's World. Party on. Excellent.
That was another dumb movie. Dumb but fun. What do they call it? Popcorn flick. Check your brain, make some popcorn, and enjoy.
Yeah. I like the first one better than the second, though.
Oh, the second one was just put together with too little time. I remember being disappointed by the second one.
And then Rob Lowe can do the sleaziest of bad guys ever.
And by the way, because nobody has breached yet, I'm going to play the video. Here you go, from this scene right here.
Bitches, I got a crossbow.
Back door is sealed. Take them up.
Oh, almost in time.
Yeah. It's an odd choice, though, for a backdoor breach to play a video where the backdoor is sealed. But it's something different.
They're trying to stop an inner breach or a breach from the inside.
I'm assuming Scotch pies have meat, so I'm out.
I love my pasties. I like steak and kidney pie is my favorite.
I know. And hard to get, apparently, where you are.
Kidneys, yeah, it's hard to get them. We have like 2 butcher shops here in town. Nothing. Can't get them.
You can't even order them through the butcher? Because that's the thing butchers here do, since they are in contact with farmers and shit. If you want something a little more away from the ordinary stuff that they would have, sometimes they can check it for you. If you let them know and if it's the right time of the year. So you could try that.
Hey! Hello,
Hi,
Gambit.
Gambit.
Mutton is a meat from a sheep that is older than a year, preferably 3 years old. Because I'm not a fan of lamb chops. I've eaten them, but it bothered me for some reason, so I never wanted to eat them again.
You know that the pork that you're eating is from not very old pigs.
Yeah.
I don't like pigs, so I'm okay with that. I'm not.
I like pigs. They can be fun and they're intelligent.
Well, there's a difference between potbelly pigs and hogs. So
Well, I would tell, do not make pets out of your food.
I remember my captain when I was a paramedic up in Seattle. She and her husband had a pet potbelly pig, and I know they trained that thing because if you said sausage, pork chops, or anything like bacon, it would squeal at you.
That's funny. A bit fucked up, but funny.
So, if you can't see it, here is that page finished. I finished it last night.
The Guinness page.
Yeah. There we go. There's good old Shane Moore.
Nice.
This Mohawk.
Yes. When is Shane coming back?
I don't know. I talked to him a few days ago, and I'd love to have him pop on. This is the other page. I finished that panel.
Wait.
There we go.
Wait. I want to engorge that.
Yeah, blow him up.
Too late.
No,
late.
I won't.
There they are at the fictional Patty's Wake. Which is an offshoot of a pub we have here in Springfield. We have a pub here in Springfield called Finnegan's Wake.
We should go there one day.
I'm finishing some of those.
Whoopsie-doo.
Oopsie daisy.
Now, one thing that you have to give the production, the working hand in hand with the people that made the comic, you can recognize the characters, at least that. So you see they took their time to reflect the characters as they were in the comic.
Yeah.
Oh, Arecibo, I love that radio telescope. I would so love to walk in that catwalk.
I feel like I'm missing out on something because I haven't seen the comic.
There's so much. This is, I think, the adaptation of the two first arc of the comic. Arcs. I meant.
Yeah.
Cannot English today.
See, but that's same as back when I came on for the first time to talk about the boys, and Keith brought up the comics. And I'm like, damn, I miss out on a whole lot of things because I don't know the comics. And with this one, I feel the same way. I haven't seen the comics and I have never seen 18. So I don't know. I feel like I'm missing. But nothing I can do. I will have watched the 18 by next week, if that's what Gerry decides to discuss.
Yeah, and you're gonna see it in the best order. The movie first and then the show, because the show was better. The movie's good, but the show was better.
My brothers liked the show, so on the rare occasions we had access to the TV, they would watch that. But I was never interested in that. I found it goofy.
Yeah, it's a goofy show, but it's fun.
Yeah, I'm talking about my teenage years. I view things differently now. I wouldn't have been interested in military movies back then. Like, not at all. Or anything with explosions or gore.
Boss, Bill wants to know if you've seen Warfare already.
Not yet. I'm looking forward to seeing it though.
Are you going to watch that with me?
If I have to go to the theater, I might get arrested if I have you on the phone with me.
I'm hoping we can find it somehow, somewhere.
Well, Bill liked it.
Yeah, he says it's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's a film by veterans, about veterans, for veterans. So I'm certain it's going to be good. And every critic, again, that I like and respect, liked it.
Well, maybe Travis takes you out for a movie date. Then you can let us know what you think about it.
Yeah, they advertise this movie mainly on conventions. I didn't even see much advertisement for it. Only when it came out, I saw the posters on theaters. You see, I can never understand these people. They made movies, they don't advertise them, and then they say, "Why did it fail?" Well, if you have said that you were putting this thing out,
well, they try to control the narrative too on them. It's like, well, it failed because of, and then they give you a bullshit reason, like toxic fandom is another one, or there's a what do they call it when something is overdone? Comic book
fatigue.
And it's just like, no, stop making up shit. It failed because it's not good.
No, but I mean, in cases like John Carter, they did a horrendous publicity work with that movie, and that movie suffered because of that.
Yep.
Oh, is this what a driver makes them apologize to each other?
Yeah.
That was a fun scene because they do reluctantly, and then he's like, "Don't you guys feel so much better?" And they both say, "No." They just did it for him.
Bill?
They do like each other, though.
I'm sure we will do a show on Warfare eventually.
Of course we will. Yeah.
Oh, I like the he's acting all super annoying, so nobody wants to get into the elevator with him.
That's a clever strategy.
Yeah, and then his women catch him with his pan down. Okay.
And then he uses that
Yes.
as, the reason why.
Yeah, this is a guy in the elevator exposing himself. You should attend this personally. Yeah, this scene with the sniper remind me of the what's it is Lucky Number 7?
No, it's from the movie shit. It's got Chris Pine
That's
and
not
Ben
a movie.
Affleck.
Yes. That
because I like that movie.
Slevin. Lucky Number 7?
No. Stop it. Stop. You're hurting my brain. Smoking Aces. And Chris Pine's scene after killing Ben Affleck is one of my favorite moments in a movie, where he starts working his mouth like a puppet and doing his voice for him.
What?
Man, I'm sorry I had to kill you. And then he does Ben Affleck's mouth. He goes, oh, that's okay.
We should do that movie, man.
Oh, I love Smoking Aces. Oh,
Have
that
we
fucking
watched
movie
that one?
made me laugh so hard. And when his brother, Chris Pine's brother, the big guy, I forget his name, good actor, lands
Kevin
on
Durant.
top of his Kevin Durant lands on his fucking chainsaw. I'm like, oh
Oh,
my fucking god, they didn't
that
do
was
that.
hurtful to watch.
Oh my god, that movie.
Like this guy completely believes the telekinesis thing.
Puts the gun down. Doesn't matter.
That scene was
He
so good.
sees what's happening and realizes
gonna
I
stop
am
your
dead
heart.
if I don't fucking surrender.
That was brilliantly done. And funny.
Oh, Bill, no, we will never do that because
What?
Gerry despises the Hurt Locker.
Well, I went to see it with a bunch of my Iraq War veteran buddies, and all of us were just laughing at the stupidity in that fucking movie. It's like, yeah, that's not how that shit works. No, nobody would get to do that. So many problems with that fucking movie.
And we don't talk about shit that we don't like. That's why we dropped Echo 3, even though Fahim is in it. It was just too bad.
It was pretty bad.
Oh. I don't know this movie. Gerry, the Mauritanian.
Okay, let me read it.
Okay.
The Mauritanian. I don't know this film. I've never heard of it. I'll look it up here in a sec since I'm done with this.
Oh, crap.
The
Looking.
Mauritanian.
It's from 2021.
Because somebody brought
yeah.
up that Zoe Saldana can't fight. She comes from a ballet background, and that's how she fights. She fights like a ballerina. It's totally unbelievable. She has no muscle mass.
Yeah.
And I hate it when they have good, strong female characters and then they do unbelievable shit in a hand-to-hand combat situation. That's just stupid.
Uh, 75 by critics, 85 by audiences.
That's good.
I tend to move away from watching films on this subject, mostly because I could give a shit what Hollywood thinks of Guantanamo Bay. But I might go ahead and watch this. Mark Kermode wrote, the subject is charismatic in a way that the film is not, but he is very charismatic as a character, and it is performance that sees this movie through. Another critic says the Mauritanian. Tanian?
Yeah.
Yes,
All
Mauritanian.
right. I'm making sure the spelling. So takes a frustratingly generic approach to a real life story that might have been inspirational in someone else's other hands. But Tahar Rahim's performance in the film elevates the uneven material. So that's a good compliment for the actor. That the actor is the one that saves it. I could give a shit about watching anything with Cumberbunch or what's her name, Jodie Foster today. Even though I think she's really
Right.
rather based, Again, it's the politics of what I'm about to watch that I'm not interested in. But I'm going to watch this film, and I'll decide if it's worth talking about. We can maybe do it. Who suggested that, Bill?
Yes, Bill Barkley.
Thanks,
I
Bill.
stopped here. I stopped this because I didn't want the chance to lose the interaction between Wade and Max. Where he says,
Yeah, this is the only scene I felt that Max works as a character. This scene in particular. I'm glad you did that.
And I like when say, "Well, kill them all." Okay, I'll kill them, but if it's the guy says, "Well, are you related to them?" Yeah, actually, to one by blood. No. He's a brother-in-law. Oh, okay. I already told you I will kill them. Don't worry. that dynamic is so fucked up.
Well, he's one of the best parts of the film. He's such a good fucking actor.
And I like his character. His character doesn't give a shit about anything.
They are past that, I think.
So you don't trust stormtroopers, Tom Baker?
Or doctors.
Oh, I don't trust doctors at all.
If they know what they are doing. And some of them actually do.
Yes, Gambit, we revisited this before.
Yeah, Gerry talked about it at the beginning of the show.
Talked about what? What am I talking
The
about?
comparisons between this and the 18.
Oh, yeah. I absolutely went into it, Gambit. And I think the A-Team is a much better film. It's much more even in what it's doing.
Oh, he's when he sees the footage, the satellite footage of his very pregnant wife the day before the suicide mission, and they are deciding then who should go and who shouldn't.
Oh, you said a bad word.
Yes, the SUICIDE word.
What?
Yeah, we're not supposed to say that word on YouTube. They'll gank us for it.
Oh.
But no harm, no foul. Don't worry about it, bud. It's more on them than it is on us. They're making us change the way we communicate in order to stay profitable on their platform.
And it's annoying. Freedom of speech and all that, then you have to censor yourself.
Oh, I wish, Bill, but Gerry doesn't like to draw. Oh, better yet, he only likes to draw realistic military things. But man, the Centurion's Power Extreme, I love that show when I was very much younger.
What are we talking about?
Oh, Bill says the Predator mask, and he's asking if you're drawing one of the Centurions Power Extreme. Remember an 80s cartoon?
I was thinking the Cylons. What is this? What are you talking about?
It was a cartoon based on three guys with modular suits that work akin to Captain Power. I think Captain Power was a strong influence to that cartoon show.
I don't remember this. And I had a kid back then. Select, modify. It was called the Centurions, or what was it called?
Yes, the Centurions Power Extreme.
I want to find out about
I enjoyed that show. Gerry, did you draw Transformers?
I was approved to do Transformers, but I never did it.
Hmm.
See, don't spread lies, Bill.
What?
Because then
He
you
says
did Transformers.
that you did that.
Well, I did a drawing of a Transformer. Yeah, I did it. I had to be approved by Hasbro.
I thought you were going to say, yes, I drew a tranny once.
Transmorphers, robots eating pies.
Oh God.
Could be
Stop
worse,
it.
anyway.
It's silly.
Could be worse.
Oh yeah. Like that is a consolation of some sort for me.
Yeah, for example, it could have been Sorority.
Yeah.
Sorority.
Yeah, I know. Shut up. You can shut up now. I get it.
Shut up. Did we watch
Some songs
Kindergarten
are just
Caught
not
Anima?
needed.
No, we haven't.
We haven't talked about it on the show. We might have
but-
watched it. I don't remember.
The Party Pooper.
I fucking love that movie so much.
Yeah, we watched it.
Because I remember taking you on a tour of the shooting location on Google Earth.
Yeah.
You got to see what the place looked like now. The school's still there. It's got a new what do you call it? Annex built onto it, but it's still there.
Yeah, we did a couple of Arnold movies a while back, and that was one of them. The one that we still haven't watched is Twins, and I'm really looking forward to that. But we never get to it somehow.
That's a fun one.
I know. And I've seen scenes. I'm pretty sure I've seen the trailer.
So
but I
this is
never
where
watched
you made
whole
the
thing.
milkshake, huh?
It's not a Zumo.
Yeah, exactly that. And why
No, I'm
is
doing
it that something so innocent like
doing Twins.
milkshake sounds nasty when Gerry says it, like naughty?
Well, it is naughty in the film.
Yes,
DeVito
that was
looks
the
over
intention.
in the lab where they created the juices that made them that created these two characters, Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he looks back at the doctor and goes, "So this is where you made the milkshake?" And it's like, "Oh my god!" what the
Ew.
fuck?
Yeah. Gross. Yeah, let's get to that movie and watch it.
Oh, we don't have a movie for this Friday yet. We could do that.
Sure, why not? Gerry?
Tom, Red Eye, is that that movie takes place in a plane, right?
Which one?
Red Eye.
I don't know.
I think.
Oh, I know the film. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not a big fan.
I just saw the trailer, never saw the movie with Killian and Rachel McAdams.
Cillian Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Would make sense for that to play on a plane because you call red-eye flights the really long overnight flights.
You think it's going to be a romantic film when they meet, and then you find out that no, he is there to do bad things
Oh,
and use her to achieve bad things.
Oh my!
does it have a happy
Oh
ending?
my. He gets a happy ending.
Bill, I don't know. I haven't still decided if I like Blood Red Sky, because some of it was good and some of it was very bad too. So at the
What are
end
we
of the
talking?
movie,
What is this? What is this?
Blood Red Sky, it's a female vampire in a plane, but this vampirism is more like the vampires are more like that for a time now. She has been kept the infection at bay, and she's going to another country with her son to get a treatment that will cure him, but the plane gets hijacked. So in order to save her son, she has to unleash the vampire. Yeah, the movie, as I said,
It's like Die Hard on a plane and vampires.
Yeah,
kind of.
It got good elements, but it has some very bad elements too. So I'm still on the rope. Good for you, Gambit.
What?
Gambit said that he vacationed with his family in Dubai in 2017. Nice.
Dude, Dubai is on my list of places I really don't need to see in my life.
Okay. Why's that?
Because I know many people who've been there, and from what they are telling, it's just not something you need to see. It's all fake and artificial, and you can't really be outside because it's in the desert. And there's either extremely rich people or extremely poor. And women have no rights in that country. So, yeah, I'm good.
They have the right to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, if you think that's a good thing, you picked the wrong woman.
Yeah, you're never going to shut up.
Nope, never will. No, seriously, as far as human rights go, they are in the Middle Ages.
That's the problem with the Middle East, period.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Tom Baker, I heard that about Dracula 2000, and I never watched
Not
it.
a fan. Yeah, I saw it. Not a fan.
Yeah, but because of that, too many people told me that and said, I can see the money. Oh, Jack Palance Dracula, yes.
I like the whole we watch it so you don't have to thing. I like when people do that. Take one for the team.
Well, that was how I would do my reviews when I used to write my reviews, is I watched it so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Or I watched it so I could find out if it was worth your time.
That's what you do with me. Mostly.
Mostly.
That's right, Stuttgart is in Germany.
Oh, yes. They should push in both thighs. And man, do they squeeze jokes about
that. That guy is so fucking weird with his hat. Never touch the hat. What's with that?
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't touch a man's hat. It's a good way to get busted in the chops.
Huh.
It's disrespectful.
Good thing I'm so short. I wouldn't be able to reach Gary's hat.
I like this. What can you stand? I've been shot in both legs. What kind of stupid question is that?
They keep asking you that. And he's like, dude. Still shocked.
Chris Evans starts calling him legless push.
Yeah. The big blue marble.
Stupid that question is that.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Oh my god.
that's one of the best things with this movie is the dialogue that they are having. That's where the comedy lies. Just don't take anything seriously, then you will be able to enjoy this. Penny is here. Hi, Penny.
Hey, Penny.
Oh yes, she has been from almost the beginning.
I haven't seen her.
Yes, I would say that that's the best thing of the movie is the dialogue and how it is delivered.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
It's
the
a stupid
again.
question, Dave.
Oh, okay.
What?
When Clay asked, "Can you walk?" To push after he has explained everything to say, and he said, "Oh, you too." So today is stupid question day.
Yeah, you don't ask a guy who's just been shot in both legs if he can walk or stand. Really stupid.
Yes, Gambit.
She would be better if she would beef up a little bit. She still has that dancer physique, and that doesn't work with fight action. You need a little bit of muscle.
And believe it or not, she gained muscle for this movie.
Where?
So
I
she-
couldn't find any.
Yes, so she could carry the guns. She
Oh.
So imagine how skinny she was before this one.
Yeah, I mean, men beef up when they do action movies, so women should too. Need to look the part. And that's not just because of the looks, to make it believable.
Well, in her case, it was to she just being able to hand the guns.
So she did the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And here's Gambit with the important facts. He just sneezed. Okay, bless you.
I like how this guy has the recovering abilities of Wolverine,
Yeah,
because
right.
Chris was shot in the arm, and just a couple hours later, he's doing parkour.
Right.
And
Gary,
believe it or not,
Gary, do you have that
Is it?
graphic that you showed me yesterday?
What?
About if a movie character is shot or stabbed in that area, what they have to do? That was funny.
Oh no, I don't
Damn it.
save it. I believe that was on Facebook. I can go back and look at my history.
okay,
Because
Bill
it's so
says,
true.
speaking of female action stars, check out Jade, China West, I don't know who that is. She has muscles and kicks ass. To what Gambit says, Shida West can surely build up some biceps and knock the crap out of her enemies. I will have to do. Let's see. West. Black Widow. Who did she play in Black Widow?
Isn't that the movie with Scarlett Johansson?
I guess yes. She is a widow in Black Widow. Well, she has a very strong physique. She's believable in a fight.
Yeah, I like when they are believable.
I recently watched Sabotage with Arnie. Oh well. Yeah.
Is that one of his early movies?
No, one of his latest movies. You can say it's maybe a 5.1 out of 10.
So a disappointment.
The movie is not a disappointed movie per se, but as an Arnold movie is disappointing. I think they should have gone with another lead actor, because man, when you see Schwarzenegger in a movie, you have some expectation, and he didn't do a bad job at all.
He's in his 70s.
Yeah, but that movie wasn't at his level, so I think it hurted more than it helped. But by all means, watch it. It's not a must watch, but it's not a oh my god, I want those hours of my life back.
Boy, I felt that way after a movie many a time.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, there's so many things I could have been doing just now instead of that. Here you go. That's the one you were talking about.
Yes, that's it.
Right?
If a movie character gets shot here where that X is, they're required to keep it to themselves for a while. Later in the movie, they must open their shirt or jacket, revealing an alarming amount of blood, followed by another character saying, "You're hurt. This is law."
It's movie law.
What just happened? Oh, there we go.
I clicked in the play bar instead of the play button.
Yeah, because I clicked it too. And I'm like, why did it do that?
He jumped to the beginning. That was weird.
I think it's because we both clicked and did the same thing at the same time.
Let Martin do the clicking.
Click at the click.
You're good at that.
God damn it, this is the most classless vehicle ever.
Is it? I don't know.
I like how he kept the detonator present with duct tape. And he says, "It's disarmed."
I feel like they were successful at making a funny comedy. I do enjoy this film. I just don't think it's anywhere near as good as the A-Team.
I'm looking forward to watching that.
I remember when we went to see it in the theater, My daughter like tells the person, my dad should be getting in free. He worked on this. And I'm like, I didn't work on the movie. I worked on the comic. I mean, I
Still
love that
counts.
she was proud of me and shit, but that was trippy. I'm like, no, honey. Don't try to get me in free. Please don't do that.
How old was she?
Well, that was 2010. She would have been 9.
Cute.
Yes, Bill. I didn't steal your Humvee. Did we
You're
do
doing
The
such a
Rock?
good impression of him. Did
Did
do
we
what?
do The Rock? I can't remember.
I don't think
Gerry?
so.
No, we have never done it.
We should do it. That's another dumb, fun movie.
It is a. I'm in that group that agrees that he is Sean Connery is playing old Bond, that's been in
Yeah.
prison for some of the shit he did.
Do we have a show set up for May 3rd, Saturday?
I don't think so.
Maybe I get to choose something because that's the day after my birthday.
Oh.
We won't regret that.
What?
What?
There are some movies that I really would like to talk about, and I know you like them too.
Or are we doing a Daniel Steele adaptation?
No. I was more thinking more like The Odd Couple or Some Like It Hot. And for that one, we could get Cameron on. Those are movies my dad introduced me to when we did movie night. I see Gambit is taking over for Amelia because she's been quiet all this time. Can't have a show without kitty noise in the background. She's on my laptop in the corner sleeping. Enough Rocket Kitty today. She let it all out before the show. Oh, that ending is so funny when they're at the kids'
Yes.
football game.
He gets so intense with the referee.
And the referee wants to
Yeah.
fight him. Like, bring it on, bitch.
And she keeps bumping into him with her enormous chest. I like that. You're not getting past me. Back to
You
your
don't
seat.
deserve to wear the stripes. Well, it's a pity. I think if they had worked just a little more on the movie and make it a little more polished, they could have had another one. Who knows? Maybe adapt the entire run of the comic, because I think it just ran for 3 years from 2003 2006. Let me check. Yes, indeed. And remove. Bring the bring screen. What says Tom? My favorite, Robert Palmer. I don't get the reference.
I don't either.
Yes, Gambit is not a great movie. No, it's not by any means. But if you check your brain at the entrance, it can be a fun one.
Yeah. It's a fun way to spend 2 hours, especially when you have good company. You can have a lot of fun with this.
Oh. Okay.
I was talking music. That was aimed at Gerry, I think.
What was?
Robert Palmer.
I love Robert Palmer.
Well, you, Tom Baker, and Gambit. I'm not sure I have ever heard anything from him.
Sure you have. There's no way you haven't, because he was a global chart topper.
I don't remember his name. I might have heard some of his music. And here she is.
Addicted to Love. Gonna have to. What does he say? You're gonna have to admit it or something like that. You're addicted to love. He was with Power Station, which is what the guitarist Taylor from Duran Duran did when he left Duran Duran for a while.
Okay. Doesn't ring a bell.
Shut up, you fucking cat.
She's agreeing with you.
No, she's not.
And I told her to shut up. Fucking talking sass back at me.
It'll be a lot of fun to live in one room, the three of us.
You're gonna have to face it. You're addicted to love. That was the line. So I'll play it for you after the show. And we
Okay.
could go ahead and wrap up now. Hi guys. I'm up here. I'm really pink in this on
Yes,
this
you
camera
are.
for some reason. I'm so pink. I think this drawing's coming along nicely. What do you think?
I like it.
Yes. Thanos.
I love
Gerry.
it when he's in full armor with a helmet. I really like that. It
I
looks so
have a
badass.
question, and the audience, you guys can partake in this. Should I kill this bad guy with the gun, which is what I've drawn? Hit screen. He shoots him. Or should I have him use a tactical tomahawk?
Ooh, I like the tomahawk.
Because I'll have to redraw it, but I'll have him I'll
Like,
change
wait,
having
where have we seen
a
that?
gun in his hand.
the-
I'll change having the gun in his hand to having the tomahawk, and the end of the hawk ends up right there in his skull.
Was that Terminal
maybe he
List
leaves
where he
it.
killed one of them with the tomahawk? I think it was
Well,
Terminal List.
he did more than just like he gutted him and let his guts be
Yes,
dragged out.
yes, that's right. Oh god, that was horrifying to watch.
Yeah, what he's
I don't
wearing
know.
here, Bill, this is a special ballistic armor that was being tested and then used by the U.S. Special Forces in Afghanistan and Iraq. And I thought this is his attempt at doing a mask. And at first he does this one, and then later he does his armor. Bill comes up with an idea for another one, which they find one that looks more like Trojan armor. It fits on the attachments on the helmet here and only cover this part of your face. So it looks like a Trojan helmet. And
that looks cool.
oh, it does. That's actually one of the drawings that Richard Bonk and I did. Vindicated. Hello. Let's go sometime today. Thank you. It's awful white of you. Under TIFF files.
No, I prefer the scene like is right now, because the way in which he's shooting the bad guy, how he's holding the gun and how he's answering him, is utterly dismissive.
There it is. There it is. This is the pinup that he and I did together. And that's the
Nice.
helmet he uses later. Yeah, I like working with Bonk. He's a good friend of mine, and we like working together.
I hope you'll work together again in the near future.
We want to. We'll see what happens.
I know. I mean, you plan to have him do a chapter on this book, right?
That was no. I'm drawing it now because we didn't get
I
the
know.
funding for it.
I know. Which sucks, but maybe he can do the next one.
Well, that's the goal, is to have him draw the next 2 books. I don't want to draw them. I can't draw them. I can't keep doing this. I'm in constant pain from doing this. And nobody gives a shit about that, but I care. I care because it hurts a lot. It hurts.
Yeah, I don't care at all when you're hurting, idiot.
Well, I can't expect other people to empathize.
I do. Dare I say
Why?
it? Oh shit. I just said I do. Fuck.
No. But anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. Emmanuel, Bill Barkley, Mephisto, Glenn Fleming, Joe's Atmosphere popped in. Oh my goodness. Couldn't be here today on the show, but he could jump in the chat, you son of a bitch. Our buddy Zach's dropped in, and Gambit 1987. Thanks, guys. Not a big audience today, but I don't care. I don't do this for a big audience. I do this for my chat. We all empathize. Not everybody does. Some people are kind of sociopathic and feel nothing for others, and they fake it. Say, "Oh man, that sounds awful." The song from the Centurion. I'm going to look it up. Seriously, I'm going to look it up. The Centurion. The only thing I think of when I hear the name Centurion is either what do you call them? Cylons, because they're also called Centurions. Or I think of the film and book, The New Centurions by Joseph Wamba, who, if you've not seen the Chief's videos on him, because he and I share that great love for Joseph Wamba. We both do. One of the greatest, most prolific writers of real-to-life crime fighting. Good stuff. So, I'm going to check it out, Bill. Gambit, both of you.
Well,
right,
you can always watch Captain Power. It's almost the same thing.
Yeah, and I'm going to play this video one more time.
Bitches, I got a crossbow.
Back door is sealed. Take them up.
There you go. So, fun times. Hope Bush is doing well. I'll check. See if
I hope so too.
Yeah, worry about that guy. Everybody have a great Monday, and hope you have a good week. See you Wednesday. And do you know what we're doing Wednesday? Because I have no clue.
Yes, we're doing Love Hurts.
Oh, that was a fun
Love Hurts. Yeah, I like that.
With little Jackie Chan.
With
yeah.
little Jackie Chan. I got to tell you, I think his film got sabotaged because I think the film's better than what it got treated as. And
I enjoyed it.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Late. We're about to wrap.
But you know what I've always said, Mike, it's better to be latent than never.
Whatever.
It's another gay joke.
Okay.
No more goddamn remakes. I say if you're gonna remake something that wasn't done right the first time, and make it correctly. So there you go. All right, we are out of here, guys. Everybody have a good week. And if you guys want to say bye,
I be Canadian here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Hey, say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.